Greetings, fellow time travelers. Welcome back to the Prologue World. For just a sliver left of the sunset there, but I managed to start recording just as it was setting. Welcome to for episode 90. Welcome back to for some more groggy Artem. I'm pretty groggy again today, and it's not even in the middle of the night or anything. I couldn't really sleep very much at night. It's daytime right now, but I wanted to go ahead and record this episode anyway. It's just I've been kind of wanting to kind of get it over with, because I want to keep playing in some of my other world. Like I have things that I need to talk about, and I don't want to keep having that on my mind. I wanted to kind of get it off my mind so that I can mentally relax. Does that make sense? I think I have all of the supplies I need to go tree chopping. I'm basically going to be chopping trees today. I'm going to be a very uneventful kind of episode, just more tree chopping. I'm going to be talking to you guys about it. I'm going to be following up on where we left off in the last episode. I'm going to be talking a little bit more about prayer. But there's several things that I also need to mention in this episode that have been on my mind that I really need to share with you guys. And so I hope we get to all of that. And once again, thank you very much for those of you that commented on the previous episode, because that is what it takes now to unlock these episodes. That's what it takes now for me to publish the next episode. I need to see that there's at least a couple of people in the comments. Oops, that's the wrong key. Groggy. I need to see that there's at least a couple of people in the comments from the previous video that seem to really enjoy these and who are looking forward to the next episode. Because I feel bad about publishing these if I feel like there isn't really anybody that likes them, that actually likes them enough to comment, at least. So yeah, thank you guys for those of you guys who are doing that. I have no idea if any of these unlocked episodes are actually going to see release. I might never publish them if I never, receive those initial 2 comments, or if people stop commenting somewhere along the way, the series will have to end. But so far, I guess if you're seeing this, let's start with this tree, because this tree, I'm trying to get a good tree over here. If you're seeing this, that means that it has been successful so far, insofar as it must have been at least 2 people so far every episode that have been leaving me fairly substantial comments, and I am so grateful for that. That is so kind of you guys to do that, because I'm serious about this. If it wasn't for you, this would not be released. We are in Minecraft ARG territory. You guys get to see what happens next, and it's up to you to decide if anything happens next. This channel might come to an untimely end at any moment, anywhere along the way. But since you guys must have wanted to hear more of the conversation about prayer, I did want to conclude my thoughts a little bit. Although I'm going to be trying to be brief, because there's a bunch more things that I want to talk about in this episode, and I'm trying to get to all of that. But just to be brief, there's just a couple of things. Like basically, the next thing that I wanted to mention that has to do with the ethics of prayer in particular is that it makes me squirm when people tell me that they will pray for me. When I talk to religious people and I let them know about what I'm going through, and then they tell me that they will pray for me, and it always kind of makes me squirm, because especially when I know that they know that I'm not a religious person, and I'm charitably agnostic. Like I do believe that it's more likely than not that there's some kind of a supernatural, reality to the world. But the thing is, I believe that even if there was a God, if there was a God, I wouldn't agree with the Christian conception of him, because I would assume that my intuition is that a good-natured God would not want us to pray to him, and would want us to focus. My intuition is from the apparent reality that of divine hiddenness, that God apparently doesn't want to make himself clearly apparent, doesn't want to make his existence readily, clearly evident to us. And that to me suggests that he wouldn't want us to pray to him. If that's the case, then perhaps he would want us to remain in this suspense, in this anxious suspense of not really knowing what happens to us when we die, and not knowing if there's anything that would be listening to us if we were to pray. And I think from that perspective, I don't think that he would even want us to pray if he existed, because I think that the idea would be, in such a reality, the idea would be, I would guess that he would, in that case, he would have created the world so that we learn the lessons from the world, considering that we don't really know what lies after it. I think that the fact of divine hiddenness suggests to me that that's a crucial aspect of the experience of not knowing what happens. So I think we're not supposed to know if God is real or not. We're not supposed to know if there's an afterlife or not, because if we were, then it would be it would be clearly obvious. It would be, he would have made sure to make his presence obviously apparent to us, so that it wouldn't be up for debate, right? But no, because it's up for debate, I think that to me suggests that he would not want us to pray. But anyways, I covered this point in the last episode. I'm not sure why I'm going over it. I guess just to reiterate, just to recap what I was saying in the last line. But in this one, I just wanted to, just to make the point that it makes me uncomfortable when people tell me that they're going to pray for me. And I don't. The thing is, I don't really hold it against people. Like I think that most religious people, they don't really mean anything. Like, to me, it comes across as a kind of patronizing and kind of a cheap virtue signal. Like people want to express sympathy to you without actually doing anything. Like, it's like, well, this is the least that I can do. So I'll just say that I'll pray for you, because that counts for something, and you're supposed to be grateful for that. You're supposed to be like, oh wow, well that's I really appreciate that. That's like, you're taking the time out of your day to say something about me to God. That's like supposed to be like a big favor. That's free, right? It's a completely free favor. But if you're a person that's not comfortable with prayer, like I am, like I do not I feel very uncomfortable. I can't even begin to try to pray, because it makes me feel so uneasy. Because to me, it's like, well, I'll get to the reasons why it makes me uneasy to try to pray, but it makes me uneasy just for other people to be around other people that are praying, and it makes me particularly uneasy when people tell me that they're going to pray for me, because I've been telling people not to. When people tell me that, I kind of say, you know what, actually, I would prefer that you not do that, because I don't really feel comfortable with that. I don't really want, and I don't want you going out of your way to pray for me, considering that, like, it makes me feel, it kind of traps me in this in a state of, it makes me feel disingenuous, because I know that I wouldn't do that for myself. So, like, why would I want anybody else to do that for me? Like, I don't pray for myself, and I don't pray for other people. So why I wouldn't want other people to be giving that favor to me. It kind of traps me. That's why it feels patronizing. It's as if they want something. It makes you feel like they expect something in return from you. At least they at least expect some kind of gratitude from you. But I didn't ask for it. In fact, I would ask you not to pray for me. If you were to offer that to me, I would say, actually, no, but please don't. I would rather you not do that, because I don't, if I believe that if there was a God, he wouldn't even want us to pray to him. Right? But I don't really hold it against people, because I don't think people mean it in that way. People don't mean to be, people don't think of it as something patronizing. They kind of feel like religious people, they kind of can't help themselves. From what I've gathered, it's as if they can't really help themselves, but want to pray for people that are struggling, that they know. So for them, it's kind of common practice, and it's a very common means of. It's meant to be just a kind gesture that's not really meant to be any kind of, it's not meant to make you uncomfortable. I don't think that's the objective. Although I never know. Sometimes I do get the impression that maybe this person actually is saying this with a slightly cynical, in bad faith. They're telling me this just because they know that's going to make me uncomfortable. And then people tell me, if you're one to troll me and write to me in the comments that I will pray for you, despite everything you said, I'm still gonna pray for you. If you want to troll me, I would still love your comment. I'm not going to object to it. I'm not going to be offended by it or anything. It's acceptable to me, and I don't hold it against religious people for doing that, because I think they mean well. At least most of them do. So I think it's not a terribly bad thing, but it does kind of really make me squirm. And I do feel like there's a bit of an ethical concern there too, because like normally we wouldn't, like, it's considered unethical to be trying to grant somebody a favor that they didn't ask for, or that that you would expect them not to actually want from you, especially if you would expect it to be something that they wouldn't really want. They would prefer you not to grant them, right? I think that's what we call patronization. That's what I think. I'm not exactly sure, actually, to be completely honest, what the word patronization means. That's kind of just what I've always thought it meant. It means that it's when people do something for you, expecting something in return. In effect, like making you a patron of theirs, right? Isn't that what that means? I actually don't know for a fact. I never actually looked into the specific definition of the word. That may have been a false assumption that I've made this entire time. But yeah, that's what I mean by that. But when I use that word, and yeah, it strikes me as kind of slightly unethical. It makes me squirm. It does make me uncomfortable. Okay. And let me go ahead and sleep. And then there's a couple more things on my my index card. And then there's a couple of things I wanted to mention that aren't really ethical concerns. These aren't really ethical concerns. They're just my general beef with prayer. Just the things that make me uncomfortable with prayer, the things that make me not even feel like I'm able to pray. And those things are, so one of those things is that I get the sense that it's just not even possible to pray as an agnostic. Because for me, when I try to pray, it feels like you have to, it involves a mandatory suspense of disbelief. Like, to me, the cognitive dissonance of trying to pray while maintaining a sense of agnosticism, while feeling like you don't really know if it's coming through, if anybody's listening, like praying by, people have suggested, people that aren't sure just say, God, just start their prayers with, God, if you are real, yada yada yada, right? And for me, like, I can't do that. That's already, like, that just breaches a kind of, it generates this sense of cognitive dissonance for me that I can't quite shake out. It feels like I'm enacting some kind of a crazy, some insane act. Like I'm doing something, it's a case of transient schizophrenia. That's what cognitive dissonance is. It's basically feeling like you're going against your sense of reality, of what you consider to be, what your intuition is about what's real, and you're acting as if that's not the case, and that creates this cognitive dissonance, or you're considering that it's not the case, right? And for me, it is just impossible to imagine that God is real and that God is listening, and it feels very uncomfortable to even attempt to do that. Because it feels like you have to suspend your disbelief in that there is your disbelief that something's out there out listening to you, and for me, I also end up having to suspend my assessment, my conception of God not really wanting that, even if he did exist. So for me, like, I have to suspend that sense of principled opposition to prayer, even granted the premise that God is real. It still feels like I wouldn't be praying to him, even if I knew that he was real. I wouldn't be praying to him, right? So that's why for me, like, it's kind of impossible to pray, like, and not in good faith, not like, and I can't even try to, because it just feels so disingenuous to me, right? So and that's why it also makes me kind of squirmish when people pray for me, because it's like, well, I wouldn't do that for myself, so I don't expect anybody else to do that on my behalf either. As a matter of fact, I would prefer you not, because I think that God would actually prefer us not to do that if he existed, right? But there's also, like, one other point I wanted to make, is that it engaging in that kind of suspense of disbelief, or if you are kind of on board, or you're kind of doubting God, but you're still able to, you have the capacity to imagine that you're being listened to when you pray, right? Even in that scenario, it really reinforces it. It kind of has this brainwashing effect where it reinforces your suspense of disbelief. It reinforces your self-bias, right? So it makes you, every time you pray, it kind of reinforces your impression, your intuition that God is real and that God is listening, just by the sheer act of doing it, of engaging in it, because you're suspending your disbelief, any kind of disbelief that you might have in the moment of prayer. Because I don't think it's possible to pray agnostically. And I know, like, religion, technically speaking, religion is a belief. So technically speaking, religious scholars do not claim to have a complete, to have a definitive understanding of their religion. Their claim is that, well, this is what we believe in, but we don't actually know any of this as a verifiable fact. We don't consider this to be matters of verifiable fact. So technically speaking, all religion is agnostic. Like, because you have to believe in it. So it's not something that you wholeheartedly believe to be verified. It's a matter of knowledge, right? And many religious people would claim that their belief is so strong that for them, they feel like, to them it is a matter of knowledge, or they feel like they can use some kind of a logical argument to logically definitively deduce that God is real, and to them it becomes, their religion is not just a belief, but is rather a practice of something that they know to be true, that they know to be what God would want from them, right? And don't get me wrong, I think that's entirely respectable. I think that there are interesting, entirely respectable arguments from the religious perspective to be made, in that are, to various degrees, that I could see as being compelling to some people. They aren't compelling to me, but I feel like that's a subjective matter that we must respect. And it's entirely, I consider religiosity to be very highly respectable, if not actually kind of admirable. Even especially like if people are extremely devoted to their religion and they practice it very dutifully, I find that actually kind of admirable. So don't get me wrong, I don't hold it against people if they do want to pray. But I just wanted to explain these reasons for why it kind of makes me squeamish, and why I generally would prefer people not to pray for me when they offer it. So please do not pray for me. All right? And that's basically it. That kind of wraps up everything that I wanted to say on this matter. And now I can talk to you guys about some of the other things that I need to mention, that I need to address. So another thing that I need to address is that I've actually been having I've been feeling like I actually should not be engaging in these kinds of philosophical, intellectual conversations when they're not actually at the forefront of my present state of mind. Because this topic this time around, with this conversation about prayer, I kind of wanted to talk about it just because like it's something that I've been thinking about lately. But it's not like this is not what I've been preoccupied with mostly. Like mostly this has not been at the forefront of what I've been thinking about. Right? It's just kind of been a convenient topic that I wanted to talk about at some point in the series, and it just seemed like this is now that I've like basically this was brought to mind to me by a friend of mine that by a conversation I was having with a friend of mine about this, and then I've been thinking about it since that conversation, and that's what kind of what led up to this. But I've been very anxious about other things. So really, I haven't really been thinking about this matter all that deeply. And that in itself, like even though like I don't script anything, I don't ever really script anything out. So I feel like that alone kind of already somewhat disqualifies me from trying to frame my conversations as remotely coherent, right? Because I'm just improvising here. I'm just going completely off the cuff. I have little bullet points on an index card, right? So in that regard, I already feel like it's not nearly as the quality of my presentation is quite subpar. It's very lackluster. It's very unimpressive and unsensational and unimpressive. Welcome to the Prologue world, right? And but beyond that, I also I've started to feel like in these moments when it's not really, I'm not even that particularly concerned about the matter. I'm basically just bringing it up because I need something to talk about in this period of time that I have while I'm just chopping trees, because I need to chop trees. I do still have another. Oh, we're good. I need to chop trees, and I need to have some kind of subject to talk about. And lately, it's kind of struck me that that's a bad reason to talk about something. Like I don't really want to be talking about something just because I need a topic for conversation, right? Like I would rather. I want to talk about things if I really, really want to talk about them. That was my initial conception of what the way I wanted this channel to be. I wanted it to be an outlet for things that are on my mind, as an outlet of self-expression, to talk about whatever's on my mind. But this topic, it has not really been on my mind all that much. I mean, just a little bit, right? So I kind of feel like I really ought to stop doing that. I ought to hold off. Like if I do encounter these moments when I need a topic of conversation, but nothing's really on my mind to talk about currently, because I'm currently preoccupied with stress, with just the anxiety of trying to get back to work. Today I actually had an interview today for a job opening that turned out that I ended up having to decline, because then I was really looking forward to the interview, but it turned out that it's mostly indoors, and I'm looking for outdoor work in particular, because I'm trying to avoid indoor biotoxins for the sake of trying to heal from chronic inflammatory response syndrome, from SIRS, right? So that was, and I couldn't sleep all night because just from the anxiety of working myself up to this interview, right? So that's why I'm kind of groggy today. But that's basically been at the forefront of my mind. That's what I've been thinking about. It's not about prayer, and I certainly did not pray for this interview to go well. No. I didn't even mention this to anybody that I know, in fear that they might pray for me. because I don't want anybody to pray for this, for my I don't want to give God any credit, okay? I want to give people credit. I want to give the people the credit that they deserve. The people that hire me, the people that interview me, I want to be grateful to them for hiring me, for deciding that I'm a suitable worker for what they're looking for. That's where I want to address that's where I want to direct my gratitude towards, right? Because I feel like that's what God would want me to direct my gratitude towards if he did exist, right? He would also want us to be grateful to the people that helped us out, and not to God himself, right? I mean, that's what I would imagine. I mean, if that's what I would expect from people if I was God. I would want them to give credit where it's due. So yeah, what I'm trying to say is I'm going to try to avoid that from here on. So basically, from here on, if I'm at a spot where I need a topic of conversation to talk about, but I don't really have anything in mind that I've just been itching to talk about, well, I'm just going to wait. I'm just going to not record for a while. And there's the time dilation. There's plenty of time dilation. There's plenty of a time gap, so it wouldn't really affect the release schedule. And I don't even know if these episodes are going to get released, considering that I don't know if the unlocking feature will actually pan out. I still haven't released the first one of the unlocked episodes as of the recording of this, because I'm recording this on the 25th of March currently. It is a Tuesday, I believe. Yes, Tuesday, 25th of March. And at this time, I'm still 20 episodes back in my release schedule. So I haven't even gotten to the unlocked series yet. My release schedule. So I don't even know if the first one will get unlocked, let alone this far into it. So there might be significant delays. Maybe they'll get unlocked, but they'll get unlocked more gradually than twice a week. I don't know. But even if they are getting unlocked at maximum pace, for which I'm very grateful for, by the way, if there have been just a couple of people that have been leaving me these comments every episode, I that means so much to me. I think you guys rock, and I really look forward to engaging with you guys in those comments. That's kind of my favorite part of having a YouTube channel, trying to engage with people in the comments section. So I really, really appreciate you guys. If you guys have been, I heard a skeleton. If you guys have been leaving me those comments, okay? But yeah, from here on, I'm going to just wait to record until I actually have something to talk about. And of course, this only applies to times like this, when I'm just chopping trees. At times, like next episode, I'm pretty sure next episode, I need to do the 300-day world, the recap, the 300-day recap. I'm going to be calling them recaps now. And I'll talk a little bit more about how those are going to go, and probably in the recap episode. But I need to draw this to a close and stop chopping trees here at some point. I'm almost out of tools. Got a little bit more of the axe left. Well, at least I got the iron axe if I need it. If I need to finish off some chopping. So yeah, I'm pretty sure I might have enough cows now. I need to go ahead and refeed the herd, and then I might actually have enough cows to go ahead and fill in the bookshelves. I think I still have enough time in this episode to do that. That's going to be a great way to end the episode, because that's basically the final thing that needs to happen for that build, for the farmhouse build to finally be entirely complete. I just need to fill in the bookshelves, and I think I might have enough cows for that now. We'll see. I am going to need to... there's a couple. Well, you know what? I'll just leave these guys. I'll leave these trees alone for now, because I want to get to the cows now. I want to get to the cows. When I finish, I'm going to go ahead and clear the canopy here, because I am still extremely compulsive about the canopy, even this far into the game. Even when I'm more than 300 days into the game, I'm still breaking down canopy, gathering every single freaking sapling and stick that I can get out of it, because I thoroughly enjoy it. I like doing it. I like hoarding useless items. It's a pleasure. Oh yeah. So yeah, I basically said everything I needed to say. I guess I can go ahead and skip over to talking about these the world tours, because that's also kind of something that I need to address. And it would be, I guess, since I have more time right now, I could just go ahead and start talking about that now. Basically, the world tours, guys. I haven't recorded a single world tour since I started recording the unlocked series, right? There hasn't been an unlocked world tour yet of any of my off-screen worlds, because now that I've shown you guys all of them, all 7 of them. It takes me a while to get through another 100 days, because while I was revealing, one by one, the 7 that I had to show for you, those were already inconvenient spots, so they were basically ready to be recorded at any point. So I was able to make those world tours every 3rd episode, every 4th episode. Whereas now I can't really do that, because now I actually need to play through 100 days off screen in one of those worlds. And I don't necessarily always do it linearly. I might kind of jump around a little bit from one world to another. So it can just take me a while to do that, to get through all of that. Yeah, I am going to do this. Like a savage, like a madman. Oops. Because I am me. Because I am Artem. Okay, well, I guess this tree has to go too, doesn't it? Yeah, let's just go ahead and chop down this tree as well. Just because I don't want its canopy to be partially hoed down. That just wouldn't be right. If I start to break down canopy on a tree, I have to just take the entire tree down. Right? So yeah, I'm afraid I am going to have to do this. So yeah, the world tours, I am ready to record another one. I'm ready to record the 500-day Liminal World, the recap, I guess, the 500-day recap of the Liminal World, and I'm only going to talk about what I ended up doing in that world in the last 100 days, because just to follow up on the 400-day world tour. The thing that I need to talk to you guys about is, frankly, these world tours have not been well received. In fact, people give me dislikes on these world tours. So it does seem like, apparently, these long play episodes are far better received by my viewers, my audience, than my world tours, which has been extremely surprising to me, because I would expect that the world tours are kind of interesting, because there's a good bunch there to showcase. But I think people have very high expectations of world tours. So the people that end up watching the world tours, because they have such, oh man, there's some more unbroken canopy over here. Oh, God damn it! Because they have such high expectations of these world tours, they end up not really liking what they're seeing, because my world tours are super slow, completely unedited, and obnoxiously thorough. I take like an hour touring a single, a house, touring a single structure, because I thoroughly explain everything about it. That's how I do my world tours. And that's the way that I like to make my world tours. That's the way that I would want to see my world tours if I was to look back at them, to watch them. That's the kind of world tours that I would enjoy watching if other people were making them. So it's like I would double down on my like, I do believe that there is merit in that format, in this unedited format of world tours. I like doing them that way, and I want to continue doing them that way. However, it does seem, I feel bad about making content that gets disliked, that people don't like so much that they're going to click the dislike button. I mean, when it's like 1 or 2, I don't mind it, but people leave me like 4 or 5 dislikes on these world tours. Seriously. So I get the impression that maybe, wow, well, I guess, and there tends to be fewer views and fewer likes, fewer views. The ratio, I get ratio. I don't know. I mean, not like in the Twitter sense of the word. I guess I don't really get comments very much on these world tour videos, but basically what I'm trying to say is it seems like people don't like them. Okay? And I don't know if the people that have been commenting on these videos to unlock them, if you guys I want to ask you guys to let me know in your comments to this episode how you feel about the world tours. Do you not like the world tours? Do you kind of skip over the world tours, and do you enjoy watching the long plays but not the world tours? Or and so how do you feel about this? Do you want to see more world? Would you encourage me to continue making them despite how poorly received they have been? And this may have changed by the time I release this episode. I'm not sure. I'm just responding to the way that the last few, like the 200-day world of tour of the Prologue world of this place, that one was like the worst, the least, my least well-received video ever. And then the after that, the Amethyst world hasn't really gotten any traction yet at all. Also got just one dislike so far, but it barely has any views to begin with. The people that wouldn't like it haven't seen it yet. So, but the other ones, like the Peony world, the Timeless world, those also just were not really well received at all. So I would really like to get some feedback on this. If you guys have anything to say on this matter, please do. I really want to hear from you about how you feel about this. Why do you, what do you make of this phenomenon? I would assume that it's just not the same people. The people that like the long plays are not the same people that are into the world tours. Some of the world tours did do fairly well, like only the ones from the generic world. Oh, that's right. I was meaning to bring these saplings up to a chest that's upstairs, and I was meaning to just drop. That's right. I was meaning to drop these sticks off over here, because I can use them to make more fence later on, so they can kind of stay here in this. Well, this chest is getting filled up though. This is like a filled chest now. Huh. Well, I guess this chest can still use another couple of this isn't too much. I mean, there is space in it. No, I don't want to fill it up anymore. Let's put it in this chest then, I guess. And the chest underneath it, the bottom chest, I guess we're still leaving this empty. I expect to eventually, like once this chest overfills, it's going to spill over into this one. It's just going to be another building materials chest. And up there, yeah, that's where I got the resource things, and then the fancy stones in that one. Okay, I need to chop down some cows, and then oh, that's right. I wanted to. I'm just gonna pass on this. I'm just not gonna bother with these saplings for now. That's okay. They're not too concerning to me right now. I'm just gonna leave them there, and I'll come back to them in the next episode, because I do want to wrap this up. I want to go ahead and I want to. I guess I need to make another axe. Because I want to use up this axe. I don't like it having barely, having almost broken tools in my inventory. Well, I'm going to use it up on the cows. That's right. So, all right, let me go ahead and that's not where the wheat is. Wheat is right here. I'm going to go ahead and breed the cows. There should be at least 32 cows. There should be more than 32. Let's see if that works out. Hey guys. Alright, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. That's 10 of them. And let's get the other ones onto this chopping block. This feeding block. There's some more of them there. I hope that they come over. Some more of them over there, too. Alright, that's fine. Let's see. 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 9, 19, 20, 21, 22, 23, 24, 25, 26, 27, 28, 29, 30, 31, 32. That is 32 cows. Alright. Got them all. There might have been more that I missed. There's supposed to be more. So I kind of, once again, I want to only kill 14 of them just to make sure that there's like a few spare cows. I want a little more than 32, just so that I always run out of the half a stack when I do this. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, and 14. I can count. Let's see if that's actually enough. That might not be enough. If it's not enough, then I should just go ahead and kill some more of these cows, because I don't really need this big of a herd. Once I'm done collecting the 48 that I need for the bookshelves, I don't really need as much of a herd. Yeah, I just need a couple more. I'm just gonna go ahead and kill a few more of them. I guess never mind about the extra cows. Alright, so just need like 2 more. Well, I guess I need a book. Oh, I need 1 book for the enchanting table, don't I? Alright, there we go. 3. Oh, no. Yeah, that's 3. That's 3. We're good. Oh crap! No, I do. I have obsidian. I do have some obsidian, I think. All right, I got it. All of the cows that I need. All of the cow matter, the leather, all of the leather that I need. I don't really need those apples on me. I can stash that away in the general chest. That's not the general chest. This is the general chest. Apples can go here. I'll leave them by the diamonds. Okay, where's my obsidian? Let's do this. Let's do this right now. Yeah, I know there's black wool. Oh, crap. Well, I do not have obsidian, apparently. Darn it. I'm not sure how long I've been recording, but I really want to get this done today. Oh, I have to go all the way out to the lava to get obsidian. Oh, man. It's a bit of a distance. I can do that. It's not too... Because it would be really cool to have that enchanting setup going. But, I mean, alright. Alright, it's been long enough. It's been too long of an episode. I don't want to extend this, because it's going to take like another at least 10 more minutes. I'm pretty sure we're already over an hour. Well, I guess I'll have to record 1 more episode before the 300-day recap. Although I'm pretty sure we're like well past 300 days. We're 313 days already. It's going to be a late recap, but that's alright. I want the build to be complete. Oops, that's not the key that I meant to press. There we go. There we go. Now we're all set. And let me go ahead and just end the episode here. So yeah, next episode, I don't think I'm going to need any intellectual topics, because I'm going to be completing my enchanting setup and then getting started on the enchanting, and then probably, well, maybe I'll chop some more trees, but I'll probably just talk a little bit more about what's going on with me, about my efforts of my job hunting efforts, right? I can talk a little bit more about that, I guess. But yeah, that's all for this episode. I hope you guys really enjoy. I hope you guys enjoyed this. I hope that, well, not really. I mean, this is mildly entertaining. I don't think anybody really enjoys this. Like, I don't think anybody is like thrilled about this stuff, right? I think people can appreciate. There's people out there that can appreciate the unsensational nature of this, the slow conversation kind of style, right? So I hope you guys enjoyed this. It has been a fairly long one, and I still haven't finished the enchanting setup. I'm gonna do that next episode. Is gonna be enchanting unlocked at last, and then I guess it's gonna be another one after that. I guess I'll go ahead and record No, I can record the Liminal World tour, the Liminal World recap, the 500-day recap from that one. I can record it ahead of time and only publish it after I publish the 300-day recap of this world. And I'm just going to go over just showcase the completed cow farm and the paintings. I'm going to talk in depth about every painting. No, I'm not going to do that. And then the basement, and then the enchanting setup, which is going to go right here in the attic. I have the space for it. This is where the bookshelves are going to go, and the enchanting table. I'm going to need to go get myself some lava, some obsidian. There's a lava pool there. I know where it is. I know exactly where to go. Only one. That's the only lava pool I know of. And then afterwards, after I make my recap, 300-day recap video, guys, we're going to be ready to finally go up the mountain. No, we won't. No, we won't, because I'm going to go back down into the caves and get some more diamonds. That's right. Ah, man. We're still not ready. Mount Patience is still going to have to patiently wait for us to actually go up there, go up the mountain, start doing stuff up in the mountain. We still haven't gotten to it this entire time. We're still not there. But we're getting there. We're very close now. I just want a full. I want a diamond armor. I want a fortune pick. I want to go through like my enchanting. I want to do the minimal enchanting. I want to get the enchanting going. I want a half a stack of diamonds so that I have diamond armor to enchant. I'm not even gonna wear it until I enchant it all. But anyways, I don't really need to talk about that now. I don't know why I'm getting into that. I'm getting sidetracked, getting carried away talking about things. The sunset's already gone. Now we're watching the moonrise. I should go over to the other side of the house and watch the moonrise now. It's the moonrise. End the episode on this side of the house for once. I like to end. I don't really like to do this outside anymore. Like I used to go out here to the porch, but then that one time I got ambushed by an Enderman first thing. Well, I guess I could just point my cursor upwards and just remember to not skim the area first thing when I start the episode. If I do that, yeah, I can do that. Beautiful moon. Right, let's go up to the second floor porch. We're a little bit safer up there. A little farther away from any spiders that might be underneath. Anyways, that's it, guys. That's all for today. Thank you guys for watching. I really hope that you enjoyed this. Once again, I'm going to need a couple more comments for me to publish the next episode. So please let me know what you think. Let me know what you if you also feel conflicted about prayer, about when other people say that they're going to pray for you. Does that make you feel kind of squirmish? Does that make you feel uncomfortable? It makes me feel uncomfortable. I mean, it's not a big deal though. I don't hold it against them. It's fine. It's okay if you must. It's okay. Troll me if you'd like in the comments. I'm not going to be upset about it. But yeah, please let me know what you make of this topic, and I guess let me know how you feel about world tours. If you have anything to say about that, and if you have anything to say about anything, if you want to talk about something completely unrelated, you're always free to do that on this channel. I would really like to foster a community where people can feel like they're free to talk about anything they want. But politically incorrect topics are more than welcome. So yeah, I'll totally take you up on conversations about that if you want to. I'm a politically incorrect person. I'm a proudly ignorant person. What can you expect, right? So I really look forward to hearing a little bit more from you guys and engaging with you guys in those comments. All right, and I hope that I will receive those comments. I hope that I'll get to make my next episode and publish my next episode. Looking forward to that. And then we're coming along. We're coming along. 300 days in now. Ooh-wee. All right, that's it, guys. Thanks a lot again for watching, and I will see you next time. Shadowlay, my fellas. Shadowlay.